Alright, this is an update on my game development journey. So I'm following this tutorial. It's no biggie. It's just an asteroid game. I mean, it's not really even a game. So the only things I'm able to do is the spaceship rotates left, right, and then it you have like the ability to move forward, right? But there is some, so if I like let go, it keeps moving, so there is like some momentum going. We learned to use a background. It's just a straight up image. um the right We made some progress. I know I got to be a bit more consistent and upload more, but yeah, this is the game. I'm not too sure what I'm gonna do with this. I might use this as like an experimental playground or something, but I've never really been interested in like a spaceship asteroid type game. I don't know what the hell I would do with this. We'll see, but that's where I'm at. Unfortunately, the journey of making games is long and takes forever. Because at the same time, instead of like I said, I'm gonna actually like learn how to program. Luckily, Lua is a very small language. There's a single data structure, so that makes things so much easier. There's only tables, right? It makes it a lot easier to understand things in my brain. I just think tables. So the thing when building a game, right? You have to learn the game engine itself, and you also have to learn the programming language itself. And then, I mean, I say and then, but you can learn these two things side by side. But like, I would definitely say the game engine is definitely two parts from what I'm noticing, because the tutorial talks about this thing called a game object and this vector whatever 3. So I would definitely say when you're learning a tutorial, it's not or a game engine, it's not just a game engine you're learning. You also have to learn the API, or at least not everything. You don't have to memorize every API thing, but just the API stuff of things you're gonna like be interacting with a lot, right? So it's not just the game engine, it's also the API. Through messing around with codecs, I already realized like I gotta be very wary with complexity, very wary with coupling. And if I'm gonna be typing this shit over myself, the other thing I hate is like redundancy. I already messing around with AI models. It's taught me a lot of things, right? And one of the things I'm very focused on is reusability. Like, let's say with programming, right? There's like the front end code and the back end code, right? Well, I want to make games that have a lot of back end code. And if like, for example, let's say Mario, right? I say a lot of tutorials make games as deep as Mario, or they go a little bit deeper and it would be a game like a roguelike game, right? Maybe that depth. By that I mean when I say Mario, when it comes to Mario, it's not that complex of a game. Mario is more about level design and creativity. Because once you have the physics systems, once you have the jump system, once you polish that, you're pretty much good to go, bro. Like, there's nothing running in the background that I won't see. Hell, even NPC behaviors in Mario, it's kind of the same shit. It's the same sprite. Maybe add another step. They walks across the screen, change the visuals. Same shit. An RPG, well, you're gonna have calculations happening in the background. I want to make a cultivation simulator, right? That's what I mean by like the back end stuff, like a bunch of calculations and interactions. You know what I mean? Like, how do effects work? Oh, what if this person has a shield? Okay. What if this person has a low IQ? You know what I mean? Like, that's a lot of stuff happening in the background, and I'm like, how do I like wrap my head around that? Or if I want my game to be more emergent, right? Or like, what if I want to make like a life sim game, right? Where you want the player to solve things and do things in the way they in creative ways, right? that's kind of tricky, man. Like that's kind of tricky, you know. It's challenging because I would definitely say, um, when it comes to games, there's like major stages from what I've seen. There's the stage where you're building up the infrastructure of the game, the systems, right? The skeletal system of the game. And then the next stage, you could kind of just focus on building the content of the game, right? You focus on building the game and growing it. You're not really building more mechanics. You're not tinkering with the camera because everything's set up more or less how you like it, right? Now you're just trying to like figure out how to apply what you've built, you know?